Hey, welcome in to the Business on Purpose podcast. Scott Beebe, your host, the head coach and the founder of the Business on Purpose platform, where we wake up every single day to do one thing, and that's liberate you, the small business owner, from your chaos. Powerful question. Just got out of a meeting with a client. They run a business that's a little under $1 million in annual revenue, between the $700,000 and $1 million mark. And the question was, hey, I've got a team member, crucial to the success of our business, is costing me a whole lot more money and, quite frankly, headache than the base salary and perks that we're paying them. What do we do? Check out mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision, by the way. If you need clarity, focus. If you're a small business owner that feels in chaos, where there is no vision, people scatter. Write the vision down so that those who read it may run. Vision is magnetic. If you don't have one, go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. So if you've got a team member that's costing you more than the salary, mistakes, time away, emotional intensity, etc., what do you do? So the call that I fielded from this particular client, and I love these calls, because a lot of time when the call comes, it's more emotional in the base. And a lot of times, in fact, we just recently did a podcast on the reality of a soft answer turning away wrath, is what you can find even when we have the privilege of being able to spend time with these heroic small business owners just like you, is if we kind of take a step back, slow the conversation down. And so I want to walk you through exactly what I walked him through so that you can see if you've got a tough situation with an employee, what do you do with them? Because really the question is, do I keep this person? Do I let them go? So here's what we did. First thing I said, and by the way, if you don't have a vision, you need to write one down. mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision, because that's the first place that we took him. Let's go to your vision. What does your vision say? Is this team member a fit with the vision of the company? Good news is he had one. We worked on it. He's already built it. And he was able to, with confidence, even in the emotional frustration, to say, yeah, this person really does fit the vision. Great, let's go to mission. Step number 2. Laid out the mission statement. Does this team member buy into the mission statement? And the business owner, yeah, really does. All right, let's go to the third level. This could be one of the most powerful levels, by the way, and that's your unique core values. Now, this particular business owner does not have standard core values like respect, responsibility, excellence, etc. This business owner has unique core values, things that are unique to them that maybe are things that I don't value, or maybe you don't value. And so we began to walk this decision through the filters. This particular business has 5 unique core values. So we walked them through the filters of those 5 core values. And lo and behold, the employee hit just about every one of them. Then we came back and said, okay, let's now go down to the employee level and what you're looking to do, and let's put numbers to this. So what are you paying the employee in salary? So we got that down on a sheet of paper. And then my first question was, are they generating, or are they freeing you up to generate 3 to 4 times that amount? That's usually a pretty fair ratio. So if you've got an employee, let's say for instance, making $50,000 annually, are they either directly generating $200,000, 150 to 200, or are they freeing somebody else up to go generate that much more in revenue? And so we got to that, and it was an absolutely yes. Check, check, check. So far, mostly green lights. So then we added a layer on in the amount in real dollars, whether it be workers' compensation, callback for mistakes, whatever it is. How much is this person costing you in addition to what you're paying them, which is an investment, by the way, not a cost. So we worked up that number and got to that number. So let's say hypothetically that number would be an additional $20,000. So now we have the $50,000 in base, $20,000 in additional cost for mistakes, time away, etc. And what we do is we take that, let's say it's $70,000. So now we go back and re-ask the question. Are they generating 3 to 4 times that $70,000? So 4 times that would be about $280,000 annual revenue. Are they either directly generating that, or are they freeing you up to generate that? And in this particular situation, the answer was resoundingly yes. Wow. So now we look back at that and we say, hey, we know that we're gonna have to pay out an additional $20,000 this year because of mistakes or whatever that additional overage might be. What would it look like if you took a portion of that overage? Let's say you took $10,000 of that overage, and instead of hoping not to pay mistakes, what if instead you came back and you said, hey, why don't we invest that into this team member? We know we're going to pay it this year, and we're going to be fine because they're generating that kind of revenue and we have our expenses under control. What if we took, instead of potentially paying out $20,000 that we weren't expecting, what if we took about $10,000 of that, budgeted for it, and turned that into incentives? Yes, that's right. And so you go back to the team member and you say, hey, we've got $10,000 of incentives on the table if you can blank, blank, blank. And these are the, not have any callbacks, not have any mistakes, etc., whatever those criteria are. And you lay that out. And when we got done with that, this small business owner was so relieved, because we have to remember the cost of turnover. If you have to retrain somebody after letting them go, just because they cost you maybe 30 or 50% more than what you thought the investment was going to be for the year, that turnover cost, as long as they're a fit for the vision, the mission, the values, as long as they're a fit in those other areas and you've got green lights there, the turnover cost is going to be really out of sight, and you're going to lose that all over again. You might say, well, what are the turnover costs? For an average salary of, let's say, $40,000 to $60,000 US, which in the West is a pretty common salary for a professional for what they have, usually you're going to be talking anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000 in turnover cost. So make sure you go through the process. That's why we preach process, is because the process will help you suck the emotion out of it, to be objective and methodical. Then you can bring the emotion back into it. I know it's hard to separate it. And in fact, we tell you all the time, it's impossible to separate. So you have to put yourself in a position to be able to walk methodically through a decision. Wow, I hope that helps you. That was a powerful moment for the small business owner. Was so proud of them for walking through that, and I hope you'll walk through that the next time you have to go through a tough, challenging situation, especially with a team member. Remember, go back to vision, mission, values, bring the real numbers into it, and put those numbers against the real value of the team member to the company, and I think you'll have some great clarity as to what the next steps are. mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision if you need clarity. We're here to serve and to support you and to liberate you from the chaos of working in your business. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of you. We'll see you right here next time on the Business on Purpose podcast.